And welcome to episode 18 of Swiss Army Sports. Today is October 29th in the Big 25. I'm your host, Will Spain, former long snapper for the Troy Trojans, also B Governors, and partially Houston Cougars. Joined by my side is my co-host, Luke Wallman, former offensive lineman for the Hendrix College Warriors. Today is Wednesday, which means it is our college football week 10 picks and preview. Breakout players for week 10, as well as our best college football bets. Not included on the agenda. We have a little special segment for Luke. He,
Oh God.
you know, he needs to quit clicking through the slides. He needs to watch on the script. So after that, we got our full week 9 NFL slate picks. The week 9 power rankings, or pre-week power rankings for the NFL. Best NFL bets. Who to pick up on the waiver wire? The World Series. We talk about it. Game 5 tonight between the Dodgers and Toronto Blue Jays. Oh, really? No, there you go. There you go. Already up 1-0. Oh. Luke has been muted this entire time.
Oh,
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
He hadn't really said much.
It's
but
been a while.
It's been a while. We got our NBA season picks and preview today, giving our full standings picks and playoffs with our champion picks, and who's hot and who is not. Let's get right into it. Picks of the week: Vanderbilt, the Commodores, are heading to Austin, Texas to play potentially an Arch Manningless Texas team. We all three went with the Doors, including the producer. I need a big week here in the picks.
Yeah.
Don't want to be the last place. Punishment from first placing and to go well. So I went with Vandy here. The only reason I was hesitant is if Arch doesn't play. I'm a Matthew Caldwell buyer. Boy played with me at Troy. Threw that touchdown pass to shatter my heart on Saturday in Starkville.
Brutal.
It was brutal. Again, sweet dreams at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Mississippi State is so electric. Anyway, give me the Doors. We've talked about it time and time again. Elite defensive line, great front, gets good push, gets good pressure on the quarterback, able to stop the run. Decent secondary, decent linebacking, core. Really the electricity is on offense with Diego Pavio on that spread option. Love Vanderbilt in the spot. Luke, what do you think?
I'm completely bought in with the Vandy team. I think if Pavia literally just does not turn the ball over, I think that they will be able to go into Austin and beat this Texas team, who I really don't think is all that. They're only
Me
ranked.
neither. I don't think they're that good.
They're only ranked because they hurt or they beat. They beat a hurt Oklahoma team with Mateer out or Mateer just coming back after that surgery. I don't think they're all that, so I like the Doors to handle business.
I do as well. We got the largest cocktail party between Georgia and Florida this weekend. We all went in Georgia across the slate. Here's the thing, though. I was flirting with a Florida pick here. Then I realized whenever I flirt with a pick and take it, I end up worse off in the standings. So I figured might as well just complete the clean sweep here and go with Georgia. No particular reason. I just think Florida will somehow lose this football game. I think honestly Florida may be the better team, which is funny given the records of each. When Florida plays like their best, and don't get me wrong, maybe you're fired. That's what scared me about this. All right, and how the bump happens. This could be the bump, but I think Georgia's got too much to play for, so I got the Dogs.
Yeah, I think Kirby's going to have his team right. I don't think they're going to blow this game to Florida, but this again does very scare. It is very scary for me. This Florida team's got nothing to lose. You literally, your coach got fired. Your staff is probably going to get cleared out at the end of the year. I mean, who knows how many people are going to transfer? So this is basically like I've got to go out here and play my best if I'm thinking about transferring.
Yep,
And what better team to go do it against than play against Georgia? And
I agree.
is this game in Jacksonville or is this?
I don't think it is.
Because didn't they used to play in Jacksonville?
Yeah, hold on. I'm getting a fact check on this. Let me see. NCAA football. By the way, shout out the ESPN app. Worst app in the biz. Get the score. Not sponsored. 2:30 ABC.
And it's in.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Hey.
All right.
All right.
So we are stupid. Anyway, moving on. The beaten and battered Oklahoma Sooners. They're heading to hell on earth, Knoxville, Tennessee. Me and the producer agree. Boomer Sooner. Mateer gets the job done here, guys. I do still believe in this Oklahoma team. They competed against Ole Miss. I still think Mateer is like getting healthier week by week. I think this team hits full stride. I think the defense is too good for Tennessee to be able to score enough points to keep up with Oklahoma because I really don't believe in this Tennessee defense at all. So give me the Sooners. Luke, you went with the Vols. Disgusting. Tell me about it.
I know it's strictly just for them being at home. I think the Vols are very overrated this year. The resume is not it.
It's non-existent.
I don't think they've beaten a team who's won more than 3 games this year.
They beat Mississippi State, who's won 4.
Okay, so
they haven't beaten a team above 500.
Okay, thank you. So they have not beaten anybody, but I do think they finally get that kind of signature win here just because they're at home. But this is a playoff eliminator.
Oh, 100%. This is a huge game.
Yeah, and I just think Heupel against his former team.
Yeah, oh, I forgot about that angle.
Yeah. And I think then you have some Oklahoma fans maybe saying, is Venables the future? Let's preface this. I hope Oklahoma wins.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
I'm not going to openly go for Tennessee.
Hell no. No. Yeah, there you go. All right, up next, we got USC heading to Lincoln, Nebraska to play the Cornhuskers. The producer went with USC, which I flirted with, but I'd like a Nebraska at home here. I think Raiola is good enough to keep, Nebraska in the lead. And those West Coast teams don't do well traveling. I know this isn't as far as in the Midwest. I think Nebraska needs this win for a program, let alone just this season. And, Matt Rule maybe trying to, like bolster that resume enough to where Penn State pulls the trigger. Yeah. So I like Nebraska at home against SC. Luke, why do you like the Scourge?
Strictly because every time we pick one of these games, the home team wins because of the travel. Again, it's halfway across the country, but for college, that is extremely far. You're not in the pro level and traveling like that every week. So I just think that the Cornhuskers dominate the line of scrimmage, and I think they're able to, like you said, hold USC's offensive attack off enough to be able to get the win.
College game day is headed to Utah as the Cincinnati Bearcats pay visit to the Utes. I'll let you start off because you and the producer went with the Utes. Why does Utah get this done at home?
Defense, and I think also they're going to be able to stop the rushing attack because the quarterback for Cincinnati is a good runner. I think they're going to be able to hold him at bay. He is a good passer too, but I think he's mainly a rusher. They're going to hold him at bay, and I think this defense for Utah is going to be a pivotal point, and I think they're going to win this game at home.
I like Cincy here. Utah always seems to drop that big game recently. And they've already dropped their big game this year against BYU. Brendan Sorsby for Cincinnati has truly impressed me. They are, again, I picked them to be last in the Big 12. This team has truly impressed me week after week. I mean, he's thrown for 1,800 yards already. I mean, I think this is a Cincinnati team that is, I mean, as a program has been in this national spotlight before. Mm-hmm. And I think they're ready to get back there. I believe in Cincinnati now, and I think this is going to be a marquee win to kind of cement themselves as like favorites to go to the Big 12 title game, which then forces them into the playoff conversation, which, I mean, no one would have thought we'd have been here at the beginning of the season. No. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Cats on the road, partially just to be different. But I do like Sorsby. I like that Cincinnati offense. Yeah. And Utah doesn't run it prolifically as much as they are in the air with Devin Dampier. And Cincinnati's weakness is their run defense. So, unless Utah can exploit that, I think Cincinnati will be able to get the job done. Next up, so I put this on here just because I knew it'd give us both cancer. We are both big faders of these two programs. Arizona State is heading to Ames, Iowa to play Iowa State. So I was like, man, I'm interested to see me Luke pick here. Who do we want to fade more? What is his last name? Pryor or the wide receiver for Arizona State?
Isn't it Tyson?
Tyson, yeah. Sorry guys, I swear we have ball knowledge. Tyson. Jordan Tyson. Don't think he's going to play. So.
You know who else is not going to play? Sam Levitt.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah,
lock it up.
'cause
Rocco Beck does not lose to backups as bad as Iowa State may be in my eyes. Um,
let me double check this.
is he out?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Lock up the Cyclones. Enough said.
Because I was looking at I was going through DraftKings for the gambling stuff, and I saw it was like 7.5 for Iowa State. And I'm like, I get it's at home, but 7.5 is a lot.
That's
That's
a
the first thing I
lock. This is
checked.
a lock. I'm sorry, guys. This is a whale play.
I'm sorry. Like I was like, Levitt has to be out. And when I saw that, I didn't know Tyson was going to be out. If Tyson and Levitt are out, they might lose by 50. But oh man. But yeah, no Levitt, big problem.
I agree.
I don't think the producer knows that.
I don't think he does either. Our final game. I'm starting to try to throw these weird ones in here. 5-3 New Mexico, 2-2 in the Mountain West. Faces off against UNLV, 6-1, 2-2, 2-1 in the Mountain West. This is a huge game in terms of like Mountain West title conversation. You in the prison with the UNLV. Tell me why.
Preseason pick. I honestly think it's Boise, UNLV, then everybody else. I don't really think anyone's close. I think Utah State could be in that conversation a little bit, but I do not think there's a team in the Mountain West that's really on their level necessarily. I know UNLV's been super shaky this year, but I just think Mullen, I'm riding with the coach with Mullen and all the players he's brought in. I think there's some experience there, and I think they can beat New Mexico.
I'm riding with New Mexico, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm riding with Coach Eck. I think he's done a wonderful job since he stepped into New Mexico to be the new head coach first year. And I believe my boy Keyshawn James newbie on the defensive line has 4.5 sacks this year. This UNLV offensive line has struggled against better opponents, and I think he gets a sack or two in this game and forces a lot of pressure on Calendria. And I think New Mexico pulls off the upset here in Las Vegas against a UNLV team ever since their week 1 debacle against Idaho State that I have not been bought into, and I've been fading the hell out of. So, give me the Lobos. In terms of a preview for the rest of the slate, I'll touch on its homecoming for the Troy Trojans against Arkansas State, and they're going to railroad them.
Yeah,
Memphis should win in the road against Rice on Friday. Should. And that's about it. Like it's
no, there's some.
let's talk about this. Navy plays North Texas this week.
Yes.
Oh wait, hold on.
And I want to
Who's
think
gonna pop up in week 10?
Okay.
My quarterback, Drew Mestamaker, did not even play varsity football.
know.
He did not start. This quarterback coach at North Texas, he finds dudes. And Drew Mestamaker threw for 600 yards last week. Dude, let me tell you about Navy's passing defense.
Oh, is it bad?
Oh, it's bad. Now I can't pull it up. 11 a.m. kickoff in Denton, Texas. Yeah, so Navy has the 113th passing defense in the country. I think that is a recipe for a perfect storm. North Texas now becomes the favorite, actually, to go into the college football playoff over USF after USF has 2 losses now. North Texas only has 1 loss now. It's head-to-head to USF, which makes it all kind of tricky, but I think this is something the committee kind of F's up most of the time. They ignore head-to-head.
Yeah.
They don't care. I think this makes it a USF North Texas conversation. I think North Texas may railroad them. So, Drew Messmaker throws for 500 plus.
Yeah, no, I love it. And I think Raiola is going to have a great game this week against USC. I don't think they're they're obviously not the traditional Big Ten defense where they're just going to punch you in the mouth and it's going to be 3 yards, 5 yards, or like short gains every time. I think he's going to have to play really well, get this Nebraska team a statement win to where it's like, oh, we actually improved from last year. We're not just going to be a 6-6, 7-5 win team or whatever. They have to win this game. This is a big, like you said, a big program momentum builder. And I like Raiola to get it done.
I like it.
And I want to touch on the slate a little bit.
Touch on it.
We do have some interesting SEC games. We have the
oh my god, we had the sicko games. Okay, let's talk about the sicko games. Mississippi State heads to Fayetteville, Arkansas to play Arkansas. I think the Dogs win this one.
Yes.
Now they have obviously they should be 7-1 right now. Well, sitting here like as a State fan, I'm like, wow, like this is Like we should really be 7-1.
or at the least
It's
6-2.
at the least, but you
So,
should have beaten Tennessee. You should have beaten
I should-
Florida, and you should have beaten Texas. So you should be like, oh, Mississippi State's going to the college football playoff, but instead we're, trying to go to the fucking Birmingham hole, Birmingham Bowl. So, um,
could be going to Saudi.
Jesus, yeah, dude, the Hogs defense is non-existent. Give me, dude, hopefully just play Kamario Taylor, please. Go Dogs. Luke, who wins that game?
Oh, Mississippi State, 1,000%. I don't see the fact. I don't see them losing to Arkansas. Because I'm gonna say this: Robo's gonna be hammered on Saturday. And if they lose to Arkansas, you're gonna hear.
I'm sure. Oh my God, I forgot about that angle. Yeah,
going
that
to
can't
be
happen.
Beautiful rage bait. I'm here for it, but I do think State wins this game.
By the way, State would beat Memphis by 20. Um, yeah, dude. Also a sicko game. Kentucky at Auburn.
I think Auburn wins because are they playing the freshmen?
They're playing the transfer.
Did not play the freshman last week?
No, they're playing the transfer. Yeah, give me Auburn. Strictly because I don't think Kentucky's good.
Still, it's gonna
It's
be
close game though, and I
gonna
may
be
be going.
weird.
By the way,
Oh, really?
yeah, I'll be in Auburn. I may be attending. So
electric atmosphere. That would be a great place to go see a game.
I have before. When Ole Miss beat them in Auburn. Nah, I kept yelling in close face. It's always the Rebs. Yeah, Rage Bay. Oh, Rage Bay was on a 10. A 10. Now, y'all guys know I'm a State fan. I don't like Ole Miss, but Rage Bay.
Also, I did see this. Hawaii 6-2.
Now, Hawaii is a good football team.
So I just saw that the other day on my TikTok. I was like, oh my gosh, they are 6-2.
You got that cool Japanese kicker that learned how to kick off YouTube.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Shout out Hawaii. I was gonna touch on them today, but I realized they were playing 2-win San Jose State. So
Yeah. No, I was like, I literally saw it yesterday. I'm like, oh, they won some games. That's interesting.
Purdue beats Michigan. Anyway,
All right.
I'm just
Purdue probably covered, but
I'm just kidding.
it wouldn't shock me.
Bets for week 10 of college football. We are in agreement on a couple of these. I love Vandy plus 2.5. I think they went outright, so I almost said money line. Ohio State minus 20.5 is damn near a whale play for me. I think Ohio State is, and I don't really think there's a clear cut like number one team in the country right now. But if I was to choose, it would be Ohio State. I mean, they're unblemished. I think Penn State's pretty terrible. So
Yeah.
20.5 should cover. Texas Tech, they need to bounce back this week, and I think they will.
Is the
7.5.
quarterback out?
The backup quarterback's out for the year.
Okay.
I think the starter's going to play.
Okay. That's where I was confused because they both played ample time.
Yes.
So I was like, that's the only reason I didn't put it. I didn't look too much into
Plus,
it.
we're on the fade Kansas State train
Oh, I
since
know.
day one. So, yeah, I like Texas Tech at the spot, minus 7.5. Georgia Tech, I'm just going to keep riding that horse till it dies.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you kind of have to. They're undefeated. They have everything in front of them, and I just don't think NC State's very good.
Mhm.
I know they're on the road, but 5.5 too little. And Houston,
Yeah.
a little put about this game. My strength coach for Houston passed away last week. Rest in peace, rest in power. Kurt Hester, he was an absolute beast. One of the only people I said goodbye to when I left because I was kind of frustrated with the situation. But anyway, they're wearing all black. They moved the blackout game for up to this game against West Virginia,
So they're gonna
and
die.
they're wearing his brand was Unbreakable because of the cancer. He had like stage 4 lung cancer, and he was supposed to pass away on July 1st, and he made it way past that. He was a hell of a fighter. Essentially, this is like the Kurt Hester dedication game. His birthday was this week, so yeah, I think Houston wins by 40. So 13.5 is definitely way too little, and this is a whale play. Luke.
And I got Vandy 2.5. Again, I'm gonna play the money line like I do almost every week. So we're gonna play
I'm with the doors, brother.
and I got Tulane by 5.5. Tulane's won every conference game by a touchdown plus, even though some of those have been extremely ugly.
Well, they've been sweaty.
But they're playing UTSA, who's 1-3, I think, in the American. I mean, I'm just gonna ride with Tulane, who's one of the better teams in the American. Then Georgia Tech. I've been on the Georgia Tech train. Again, I get it's on the road. I think that's the only reason it's 5.5.
Yeah, it got to be.
but NC State, you're not that good. So, and then I'm gonna take Louisville. This scares me because this whole week is not like there's nothing that stands out to me. And they play at Vatech, which is 10.5, which Vatech sucks, but like it's the ACC.
Is at Tech too.
And it's at Vatech, and I hate betting on the ACC because like I think most of my losses on these bets have been with the ACC.
Terrible
So,
conference.
I know. And I think I've actually won the most in the Big 12.
Hell yeah.
So, but there's that. Louisville by 10.5. I think they're the much better team. I think Miller Moss is going to absolutely piece up this Vatech defense. And then I got Houston.
There
I
you
think
go.
West
Ride the
Virginia
Cougs.
is a doormat.
There we
So,
go. So our best bets for week 10 in college football, I have Vandy plus 2.5 against Texas, Ohio State minus 20.5 against Penn State, Texas Tech minus 7.5 against Kansas State, Georgia Tech minus 5.5 against Kansas State, and Houston minus 13.5 against West Virginia.
I got Vandy plus 2.5 versus Texas, Tulane minus 5.5 versus UTSA, Georgia Tech minus 5.5 versus NC State, Louisville minus 10.5 versus Vatech, and Houston minus 13.5 versus WVU.
There we go. All right, Luke. Talk when you see a team better than.
Do one of these.
Oh, yeah.
All right, hold on. Talk, I see a better team than Vandy. All right.
Talk when you see a better team than
Okay.
Vanderbilt.
Okay.
Our first team. I've got 5. Tennessee. He says next. Notre Dame. He says next. Okay. I'm going to get you on one of these. Michigan. He says next. He says next. I thought that was going to be the one. I thought that was going to be the one. Oklahoma. He says next. Luke 3 weeks ago would have said he would have talked right now, but our final team. This is kind of like if you say no to all these, this kind of submits that Vandy is a very real college football playoff contender. The University of Mississippi.
I'm going to say Ole Miss.
Okay.
This is where I'm going to talk. I mean, I love Ole Miss, and I love Vandy. I really think they are neck and neck with how they both play. I think I love Chambliss. I love that offense, and I have belief in Lane Kiffin. So, I mean, I don't think he's leaving. That's another thing. He will be in Oxford probably for a while, I'd assume.
I think it goes LSU, but that's
I don't really see him leaving. So, but I think both these teams will be in the playoff. I think both these teams will win a game or two in the playoff, you potentially go to the final. So I do think they're better than Notre Dame because I think Vandy has at least shown they can go win the big game.
I agree.
Notre Dame has not won the big game this year. And yeah, Michigan, I love the joke. It was funny. And then Tennessee, was that the other one?
Yeah.
I'm just not,
Tennessee and Oklahoma.
yeah, and Oklahoma, I'm only saying that they're better is just because I don't know. The beginning of the year, Oklahoma to now, it's just like I get Mateer's still coming off that injury, but it's just I'm gonna have to see it before I start believing it again.
And just FYI, Swiss Army Sports Nation, I would not have talked for any of these.
Yeah, no,
Would not have.
I just think Ole Miss. That's
Fair enough.
all.
Power rankings for the NFL pre-week 9. We are in unison. Number 1 team is the Colts. I'll kick us off here. I've got the Colts at number 1. I think Daniel Jones has, again, a lead on offense with Jonathan Taylor has been a dog. He's got me feeling nicey.
I'm scared. I
yeah.
play with fantasy.
Oh, yeah,
but
you're cooked. You're cooked. I moved the Pats up to 2. I am so bought in on Drake May right now in this team. This defense looks incredible. The offense is firing on all cylinders. We've seen what Mike Vrabel can do with talent. Tennessee should have never gotten rid of him. He is a animal as a head coach. He has this New England team playing in unison, complementary football. Love the Pats. They're, I think, the best team in the AFC right now, so I've got them at 2. The Chiefs at 3. The only reason I bumped them down 1 behind the Pats, I think the first half against Washington was really troublesome. This is a team the Dallas Cowboys, our favorite team, had no issue with, and I can go ahead and say the Kansas City Chiefs had an issue with Washington. Granted, it was on the road, but I don't think, the first quarter, Pat Mahomes throwing 2 interceptions the first half. Like, I mean, this is kind of like, hey, if you play a competent defense. This is kind of an alarm. Um, the Rams at 4 again. Matthew Stafford has been unreal for LA ever since he got there. Loaded running back room with Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, Puka Nakua, Tyler Higbee, etc. Offense is elite. Defense is good enough to keep them in games. And I'm sticking with the Bucks at 5. I think this Bucks team, when healthy, is a potential Super Bowl contender. Luke, your top 5.
So obviously, Grant's Colts. Jonathan Taylor's on a whole nother planet right now, which
Whole
scares
nother
me
planet.
because I play, like I said, I play him in fantasy, and this is like the one person I do not want to lose to because I play Dabo. And
His youngest brother, by the
if
way.
I lose to him, I will literally hear about this for the next year, and I don't want to do that. So I have to beat him. And then I'm still keeping the Chiefs at 2. I know they had the shaky first half, but I mean Patrick Mahomes, the refs, everything about them. And then the Rams, same as last week. I'm keeping it 3. I actually moved the Pats up to 4 because they looked very impressive against that Cleveland Brown defense. Drake May is legit. I think that he should be in the MVP conversation.
Yeah,
And then
100%.
I dropped Seattle because I was actually impressed with the Broncos.
Oh, Nick sucks.
I know, but you're holding that Cowboy offense to that little
The defense
point.
was impressive.
That is why they bumped up for me. And Knicks looked pretty confident. So
Well, we were down to 2 safeties on our active roster.
I understand that, but he looked confident. So
Fair enough.
I'm gonna go with the Broncos. And thank you for helping me with that because I could not figure out
Yeah,
how
I
to put that
did.
thing in there.
Yeah, Luke tried to. Yeah. Our best bets for the NFL this week. I've got the Chargers -9.5. The Niners -2.5. Jaguars -3.5. Colts -3.5. And I like the Panthers to win outright against the Green Bay Packers at +700. Give me that any day of the week, dude. I think this Panthers team is good enough to Green Bay. I am not bought in on Green Bay, so I am taking the Panthers on the money line at that value.
Yeah.
Luke.
Oh no, I'm gonna touch on this Panthers pick because I'm in agreement with you, but I'll go down and get to that later. Broncos money line. CJ Stroud might perish on this field this weekend. I think they have the most sacks in the league as a Broncos defense, and that Texans offensive line is awful. And I don't know why the Texans are favored. The Broncos might kill them. So I got Broncos money line. Chargers -8.5. I got the Jags -3 against the Raiders. I think the Raiders are a doormat. Who the Chargers play again?
Um,
I completely forgot.
where did that slide go? Oh, it went right here. Oops, we skipped past it. They play the Titans.
Okay, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Titans. They suck. And then Chase Brown, anytime touchdown. I think that Bengals offense is clicking. I still don't know how they lost to the Jets, but I guess
It happens.
yeah, Flacco put up a lot of numbers for me, so I don't care. But I think Chase Brown, anytime touchdown's a lock. And then the Panthers. If you're telling me you can lose to the Browns, I don't know why this line is this big. I would get 9.5. Yeah. 13.5 is a lot of points. And I get they just got murdered by the Bills.
But the game was close in the first half, by the way.
The Packers are not the Bills. And I just am not, like you said, I'm not bought in. And I might put $1 on the Panthers money line.
Hell yeah.
So maybe parlay it with like something else,
Yeah. Get big payout. All right. Sorry, backtracking. We gotta find the slide. It keeps disappearing, you see? Week 8 NFL predictions here. We got Thursday night, Baltimore at we're pretty chalk, by the way, in this. All 3 of us are on Baltimore against Miami. All 3 of us are on the Lions against the Vikings. All 3 of us are on the Bengals against the Bears. Y'all 2 are on the Packers. Obviously, I'm on the Panthers. All 3 of us against the Chargers against the Titans. All 3 of us against Falcons against the Mike Penix-less Falcons. The Giants are so beat up, man. They were honestly kind of a threat, but now I've got all 3 of us on the Niners, all 3 of us on the Colts against the Steelers.
Stroud is gonna die, Will.
I've got the Texans at home, brother. I think this Texans team has been a lot better than we anticipated. I think their offense is good enough to get through this Denver's defense, and I think Bo Nix has a pick or 2. So I've got the Texans at home. Y'all 2 went with the Broncos. You've already voiced your opinion about how bad that is. You think they cover or win outright? Yeah, the Raiders are a doormat. We've all 3 got the Jags.
I think
Saints.
Broncos might be back, so maybe I'll get a touchdown for my tight end this week.
Hey, maybe. Probably not, but maybe. We all 3 got the Rams against the NFC doormat, the Saints. We all three got the Bills against the Chiefs. I mean, yeah, the Bills' regular season record against the Chiefs kind of speaks for itself. Sad Buffalo.
I
So
think if this was in Kansas City win-win. I think it's just strictly just because they're at home. That's the only reason I'm picking them.
I agree. Seattle's hot. We're all three with Seattle against the Commanders.
Is Daniels back?
Questionable.
Okay.
So I don't care if he's back or not, to be honest with you. And all three of us are on the boys on Monday night against the Cardinals. We are historically bad against the Cardinals. However, I think this team desperately needs a win, and they're going to get it.
I think so too. I think Dak is going to throw 4 touchdowns because I have a future for him to throw 30, and he was on great pace. And then he threw for 0 last week. He's thrown for 0.
Pace, yep.
He's thrown for 0 in 2 games. So, anyways, I still like us to win.
There you go. Waiver wire must-haves for Week 9. I cannot believe I not mentioned this dude earlier. Titans wide receiver Shamir Dike averages 19.43 points per week on Yahoo. He is 16% rostered. Brother is fed the ball. Calvin really can't catch shit.
Is this with the kick return?
I think so. Yes. So there's with kick return yards. Honestly, I didn't even know he was returning kicks. That's how little I watched Titans. I just knew this dude was racking up points. Even if he's not returning kicks, guys, that's still like 11.43 points per week, 12. And he also went for like 33 last week. So Shamir Dike, pick him up out of Florida, but he plays for the Titans. Luke, who's your must-have?
I got Juwan Johnson. We all need tight ends. I mean, I think anyone can use a tight end with 10 plus. He's only had 3 weeks under 10. So I'm just going to read all 15, 15, 11. Then he had 5, 3, and 1. Then 12 and 10. So, I mean, what do rookie QBs throw to? Running backs and tight ends. And I think because is Show playing this week, right?
Yes, I believe so.
So I think Juwan Johnson's going to get a bunch of targets because that's your reliable outlet. So
there you go. Those are our waiver must-haves for Week 9. The playoffs, as you said, the Blue Jays are. Let's look at the score. Currently up 2-0 against the Dodgers. I had the Dodgers in 6. A win here for the Blue Jays would completely shoot that. Luke, Blue Jays in 7. Very alive. Very alive.
this offense is elite.
Yeah, it's lethal. And I think the lack of. I thought it was going to be a lack of pitching for the Jays, but they've showed up. Honestly, very impressive Toronto here. If I had to tell you who I think is going to win right now, as we stand, I think it's going to be Toronto. Which Canada. I'm a big Canada fan over here. So, and I hate the Dodgers, but yeah, that's our little World Series peek-in. Really not watching it much, to be honest with our viewers out here. I'm just not interested. Too much better stuff on.
I've been trying to keep up with hockey, the NBA.
Yeah, there's way
basketball. I mean, there's so much stuff. I did watch some of the 18 innings game, and I'll peek on occasionally, but there's so much stuff on right now. It's just packed.
It is packed. I love it. Dun, 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 dun. Basketball, dribble, the ball is on a slam. Okay.
It's been a while.
All right. It's our NBA preview and predictions. Starting off with the Eastern Conference, my predictions. I have the Cavs finishing in first, the Orlando Magic coming in second, Knicks third, Pistons fourth, Hawks fifth, Celtics sixth, Bucks seventh, 76ers 8th, Pacers 9th, 10th the Raptors, 11th the Bulls, just missing the playoffs by 2 games, 12th the Heat, 13th Hornets, 14th Wizards, and in the cellar at 15th the Brooklyn Nets. As I prefaced when we started recording this, the NBA is not my expertise. So just as Luke did not give much input on his NHL picks, I'm going to leave mine at the standings. I'll talk a little bit about the playoffs. I know the top teams, but injuries have played the Eastern Conference already, and this is going to play a major role in the seedings of the Eastern Conference teams. But yeah, I think Cleveland is the team to beat, and I think the Orlando Magic with that pick of a Desmond Bain is going to be really good. Luke, your Eastern Conference picks.
This is where we differ, but I'll start at the top.
You start talking, I can argue with you, but
I'll start with the Cavs. I think the Cavs with Donovan Mitchell, I think he's a bucket. I think they're going to go back to 60 wins. You have Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. I mean, that team is loaded. I think that's the clear-cut number 1 in the East. Now, the Knicks, I think they're going to be back up there. And I think just because of all the injuries with the Pacers, the Celtics, and all that stuff, they're going to be able to slide up to 2. I think they were the 2 seed last year. And then I love the Pistons. I love Cade Cunningham. I
I
love
love
Jalen
Kate
Durant.
Cunningham.
I mean, the Pistons got a bunch of young guys. They lost Beasley, which obviously had the whole kind of gambling thing. I don't think he ever got convicted, but they lost Beasley, who was their best shooter. But I mean, I think they're going to be back at the top, especially with the weaker East this year. And in 4, I've got the Bucks. I can't bet against Giannis, even though he travels all the time, and he is just he's super athletic. He's good. I wouldn't say he's like the most skilled, but when a 7-footer can run and jump and dribble and kind of just like take 5 steps and then dunk on somebody, and not get called for a travel.
Yeah, I saw that video. That's terrible.
So I got the Bucks at 4, and then at 5, this is going to be the Tyrese Maxey coming out party because if he's going to take a back seat, I think he's going to be that second or third option because they've got another guy, VJ Edgecombe, literally looks like Tyrese Maxey Jr. I've watched 2 Sixer games, and because I got League Pass through DraftKings, so I'm trying to also watch the NBA while watching the Preds. But
Oh, you got League Pass?
yeah, through DraftKings.
How'd you do that?
Oh, you just bet on the NBA. It was some
Okay.
promotion.
Yeah, I'm doing that now.
Okay. So VJ Edgecombe is an absolute bucket. He literally just looks like a younger version of Maxey. He can shoot the 3 ball. He's athletic as crap. And I love the Sixers, just again with the weaker conference. And then this is my surprise team, I think, going to be to Will and then maybe some other people. I got the Heat coming in at 6. The Heat, they don't have their star. And with Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra has infiltrated. I know I'm using the wrong word. He's put in a new system of basketball. They asked Bam Adebayo after the game the other day, how many plays are y'all running? He goes, we aren't running plays. We are just running up and down the court. And they've scored 140 in all their games.
Jesus Christ.
So, I mean, like, or maybe they had one that might have been like 138, but they have been scoring. And I think they're just playing with a bunch of pace. They're shooting the ball. You've got, and they don't have bad players. You got Andrew Wiggins. You got Norman Powell. I think Hero's out right now. I don't know when he comes back. You got Bam. You got Kellen Ware as a solid center. They've got some guys who are pretty good. And I think weaker East, they're going to be able to get out of the play-in. That's going to be kind of a shock to people.
Yeah, really.
I've got the Celtics at 7. I think without Tatum, they're just going to be kind of screwed. I don't know when he's coming back. I think it's going to be the playoffs if they make it. I'm not sure, though. The Achilles is there's no really good timetable. I think Anthony Simons was a good pickup in the offseason. I think that's going to be able to relieve Simmons, sorry. I think it's going to relieve some pressure off of the Tatumless Celtics, but it's just not going to be enough. And then I think the Hawks are the definition of mid. I honestly, I was kind of shocked when you said, because you looked at the lines.
I did. Full disclosure, I looked at the over-unders for win totals.
I was just a little shocked because I don't think Trae Young's all that. I think he's a shot chunker and not a very good one. He dishes the ball out, but I do not think outside of that year where it was COVID, I think, and they played the Knicks and he went Jesus mode. I just don't think they do it again. I mean, but now this is where the disagreements happen.
Yeah, I think the Magic will be good. I know enough about basketball to know the Magic have a solid roster, solid young core, and I think they are going to produce the same they did last year, but you do disagree.
I've got the Magic at 9, solely because in the NBA, if you cannot shoot the 3 ball, you are not good. They had this same team last year outside of Bane, who was a great addition, might I add, but they shoot 26% from 3 as of right now.
Wow.
So that is terrible. And I don't know if there's a curse down there. I do think their team is great if you're just looking at guys. But if you can't hit threes, you can't win games in the NBA. It's as simple as that.
Fair enough.
That's why I have them at 9. I could definitely see them getting up to like a 7. I don't know if I could see them getting up to 2 just because of the 3-point percentage.
Okay.
And then I've got the Bulls. I think the Bulls are just the Bulls. I don't really think the bottom of the East is just so bad. And I just don't think the Bulls are very good. I think they shouldn't. I mean, they've had so many people over the years where, like, if they had Markkanen at one point, which is killer. They had Levine. They had all these guys, and now they just have, like, Vucevic. And nothing really. They have Giddey, who's solid, but I think they're the 10 seed because I do think the Pacers end up missing. I think they realize at one point, and they start tanking. I seriously think they just try and get a little bit better of a draft pick. And I think the Hornets will be a little better because if Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball stay healthy, I think this is a pretty solid team with Miles Bridges, and they got a good rookie core with Con
I love their
Kneppel.
announcers.
Oh, they're Eric. I think it's Eric Collins.
Yeah,
He's awesome, but Con Kneppel is right now. It's 4 games in, but he's the highest rated 3-point shooter in the league
that's
for
crazy.
volume. He is a very good shooter, and they've got the guy from Creighton. Kaltmeyer.
Yeah, yeah,
He's their
Kalkmeyer.
center. I think he's had a double double in their 2 of their games.
So the Hornets may be legit, huh?
So the Hornets could be something to look out for, but I still think they suck. But they're looking on the up and up. They're not the 15 seed as usual. I don't think the Raptors are going to be very good. I know they have Ingram, but it's the Raptors, and I just have no faith. The Wizards actually looked really good against the Sixers last night. Alex Sarr looked awesome, and they got Bub Carrington. They got a few guys who can fill it up, but I don't think it's going to be enough in the grand scheme of things against some of these other teams. And the Nets suck. If I could, I'd put them to win 0 games. I've watched them. They suck. So
Nets do suck. I know that much.
That is my Eastern Conference.
For the West, I think the Thunder are the clear-cut favorite here at 1. I think the Timberwolves take a jump over the Nuggets in terms of like Vegas win totals. I got the Timberwolves at 2, Nugs at 3, Warriors at 4, Rockets at 5. I think Wemby and the Spurs have a good year, sitting at 6. I got the Lakers at 7. I think this could be because of a lot of LeBron and Luka load management getting ready for the playoffs. I think it's a very you'll see. I think it's a very playoff ready team. I got the Clips at 8. Not impressed with the Clips so much. I got the Suns at 9. I think this is a better Suns team all around. The depth is better. If y'all don't know this, the Suns are my team, so I'm humming a little bit. But I got the Suns at 9. I've got the Grizz barely making the playoffs at 40 and 42. Not very high on the Memphis Grizzlies this year. I mean, probably John Morant will at some point get hurt. He is injury prone. He is the next Derrick Rose. So, just missing the playoffs. This Mavs team is so uninspiring. Cooper Flag has really done nothing. So, I like the Mavs at 11. They have enough talent to almost make the playoffs, but not make it. Blazers not sold yet. Good, solid young core though. So be looking out for them to make like one of those surprise runs in like the play-in to like upset a team in the first round. But I don't think they make it. The Kings uninspiring at 13. The Jazz even worse at 14. And the Pelicans may be terrible. They don't even have a point guard. So Pels at 15. Luke,
All right.
talk to me about your West.
All right. So I think the Thunder, they don't have J-Dub right now, but I still think they're the clear cut number 1 team in the Western Conference. And I think all these marital affairs that are rumors that have been going on with Curry is going to set them off. And I think they're going to have their last good season. They're all old. I think this is going to be like the last year where they can really do it with Butler, Curry. I hate Draymond, but Draymond. They have Al Horford, for God's sake. They have the oldest starting 5 in the NBA.
They're ancient.
But I think this is the last window where they can finally make a good push. I've got the Timberwolves. Now, I've not kept up with Anthony Edwards' injury. He just got hurt 2 nights ago. My bet got voided, but I'll have to look into that. I still think the Timberwolves are a very good team.
Yeah,
you
me
got
too.
Julius Randle. You got Jaden McDaniels. You got Rudy Gobert. You got Mike Conley, Memphis Legend.
Yeah.
But I still think they're a very good team coming at 3. And then I love the Rockets this year. They were a 2 seed last year. And if you're telling me you're swapping Jalen Green for Kevin Durant, I'm all in. You got Kevin Durant.
Hey, and Dylan Brooks.
And
We got Dylan Brooks too.
Oh, my fault. You got KD, Albert Sengun, who is great. He's one of those weird, slow white guys who's really good at basketball.
Yep.
And so I think he's really good. You got the Thompson. I think it's Amen or Sir. One of the Thompsons, very good defender, very good passing the ball. But I just like this Rockets team. I think they are going to be pretty good this year. And then the Nuggets, I think Jokic is just going to put that team on his back and carry him to 50 wins like he usually does. And this is where we're a little different.
Yeah, I totally disagree with
Because
this.
I got the Grizzlies. I honestly think this first 2 weeks is going to be really rough for us. I am homing slightly, but this first 2 weeks is going to be pretty rough for us because we have no Edie, no Jerome, no Scottie Pippen. We're out some guys, and I think when we get Edie back at least next week, we'll have somebody at center, and we'll be fine. But we have a rookie, Cedric
Y'all gonna
Howard.
get Mark Williams tonight, brother.
All right, well, we have a rookie named Cedric Howard. He should be at Duke right now. He's going to get paid $5 million. He is very good. He literally, I think, didn't miss a shot for his first game and some change. So he's very efficient from the field. He's like that old school grit and grind defense. He's on the floor. He's getting after it. And I think that's going to put a spark in this team. I think Ja does play and stays healthy for at least 65 games. That is the only reason I have them at 6. If he does not stay healthy, we're screwed. So, and then I got the Spurs at 7. The West is going to be super loaded
The
again.
gauntlet. It's a
So,
gauntlet.
like, you could have the Lakers at 8 end up being up at 4. Like, the range is just insane. So, but I've got the Spurs. I think the Spurs are going to be good. I just think the West is super loaded. It's just going to be a complete toss-up and how matchups land. And Wemby's an alien, man.
He's an
You
alien.
got Castle, who's a bucket. I mean, and Vassell. They've got some dudes. And then the Lakers, I have them at 8 strictly because of their depth. I don't think they have any
Very
bench.
top heavy team.
So, and I think LeBron's going to, like you said, rest a lot this year. He's old as crap. Luka's never really had the gene to go play all 82, which we've already seen. I think he's been out the last week, and they've only got Austin Reeves out there. And I think that's just going to hurt them in the later half of the year where they're having to go win games. Here's my surprise of the year. I've got the Jazz. I think I love what I've seen from the Jazz. They've got Laurie Markkanen, Walker Kessler, Ace Bailey, the rookie. I think Laurie Markkanen is a 7-footer, a guard in a 7-footer's body. I've always loved Laurie Markkanen. I think he's a bucket, and I think he's going to will this Jazz team to the 9 seed, especially because I think the bottom half of this 9 down is so wide open, in my opinion. And then I got the Blazers. Same thing. It's a young group. You got Shaden Sharp, Kentucky legend. Didn't play a game. I don't know if he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. Okay. So he didn't play a game for Kentucky, but Kentucky legend. You got who's the center from UConn a few years ago? Klingham. You got Klingham.
Got that Chinese dude.
Oh, the bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I play PS5.
Yeah.
But they've got a few young guys. I know. Oh, Jeremy Grant's also on that team. Drew Holiday as well. So they've got some guys.
Dudes.
So who I think they can get to the 10 spot. And my number 11 is another shocker.
I'd say I don't think this big of a stretch.
But
I think I had him at what, the 8? Like, I
Yeah.
don't think this is a stretch.
But I have them winning 35 games, and it's strictly because of injuries. I think that one of Kawhi or Harden will get hurt, and this team will falter. I think Kawhi's healthy right now, but they've lost. I think they're 1-3. I just don't think this Clippers team is very good. I think they're old. This is going to be the year where they suck, and then they're going to just ship everybody at the trade deadline.
Cannot fault you for thinking that way.
And that is why I have them 35-47. And then the Mavs are the Mavs. I mean, Cooper Flag's whatever. I think he'll be fine. And then I got the Suns. I don't think y'all are very deep. I might be wrong. The Grizzlies will probably lose tonight.
We're gonna kick
as we do.
Kick his ass. Yeah.
As we do on our West road trips usually. So I still don't think y'all are very good. I think losing KD is going to hurt, especially since y'all only got back Jalen Green, who's whatever. And then
Dylan Brooks.
As a former, I still love Brooks. Don't get me wrong, but that dude,
he's a locker room tone setter, brother. He's going to get this guys going.
I'll say this: I love him on defense. The dude's a troll. Dated a tranny once, by the way.
Oh,
so but he is a shot chunker. That is the only frustrating thing about it. Is like you'll have all your guys out there, and if he's the only one out there, oh, let him shoot. Who cares? But like when you have Devin Booker and Jalen Green and all these guys out there who need the ball,
I think you're not talking about Mark Williams enough. The center from the Hornets dude has been elite for Phoenix.
He's very good.
Yeah,
he's very good. But I just Dylan Brooks shot chunker. I don't think y'all are going to be very good. The Kings. This is the team I struggled with because I really do think the Kings could make the play-in because they've got like Levine, DeRozan, Sabonis. Like those 3 alone is just absurd. And I think this Kings team could be very good. They've already lost 3 games, and I think I just am not bought in. They lost Mike Brown, which I don't know why they fired Mike Brown.
There's no clue.
De'Aaron Fox is also on the Spurs. I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So and then the Pelicans are the doormat.
They're the doormat.
Zion will eat some Cajun food and get fat again, and all will be well in the world.
Playoffs. I have the Lakers winning the playoff tournament play-in tournament with the Suns winning that last to get in game. So I've got the Thunder in 4 against the Suns. I think we're good enough to make the playoffs. I don't think we're good enough to compete in that series. I got the Warriors winning an absolutely electric series against the Rockets in 7. I think that's going to be a great NBA playoff series. Again, kind of like a last hurrah for this Warriors core that is just aging very quickly. And they even through their acquisitions, they're still aging. So I've got the Spurs in 6 against the Nugs. I think this is a Wemby alien series that we see. Oh my God! All right, Victor Wembanyama is introducing himself at the national stage in the NBA. I got the Lakers beating the Timberwolves in 5. I think this is where the Lakers start this domination run. If you're looking at the graphic on YouTube, if you're listening on Spotify, just wait till these takes. On the Eastern side, I've got the Cavs in 5 against the Sixers. I've got the Pistons in 6 against the Hawks. Knicks in 5 against the Celtics, and the Magic in 6 against the Bucks. Then to our conference semis, I've got the Thunder in 6 against the Warriors. I've got the Lakers in 7 against the Spurs. I got the Magic in 6 against the Knicks, and the Pistons in 7 against the Cavs. I'm also big on this Cade Cunningham-led Pistons team. I think they're a good team, and I think they're going to make a deep run, as you'll hear. I got the Lakers upsetting the Thunder in the conference finals in 7 games, and I've got the Pistons upsetting the Orlando Magic in 6, with the NBA champion being the Los Angeles Lakers at plus 1,400 on the money line. Cash my ticket, Luke. I haven't even looked at this. Let's see.
Mine's a little weirder. So I got
It is.
the Lakers, Thunder first round. I think the Thunder take care of them in 6. I think if the Lakers are to win a series, they can only win one. I think the depth, we saw it last year, it's going to catch up to them in that second round. And if they are somehow to beat the Thunder, they're losing to the Rockets.
Well, I think LeBron
Really.
also angle on the Lakers. Sorry, I think LeBron retires after he wins the NBA Finals this year.
Okay. No, that's fair. But so I got the Thunder in 6. I got the Rockets in 7 and an electric series against the Jokic-led Nuggets. Jokic is insane, and I think he's going to solely keep them in this series. But it's the overpowering talent the Rockets have. I think will prevail in the end. I'm homing. I have to home for one series because I want to go see a playoff win in a series. So the Grizzlies are going to win in 6
No, they're not.
against the Timberwolves. Yeah, I'm not going to touch on it because I don't think it'll happen, but we'll see. Then I got the Spurs winning in 7. The Warriors winning in 7 against the Spurs. I think the Spurs will be right there, but Curry will do some stupid stuff where he drills between his legs 4 times, steps back, and hits a dagger 3 over Wembanyama like he did in the Olympics.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I like that.
So I got the Warriors winning. Heading over to the East, I got the Cavs in a sweep. I got the Bucks in 6. I think Giannis will be too much for just Maxey to do because if Maxey has one off night, Sixers are kind of screwed. Then I got the Pistons in 6. I like this Heat team. I voiced it. I just think the toughness of the Pistons will prevail and halter that offense a little bit. And then I got the Knicks in 5. I think the Celtics can get one with Jaylen Brown dropping 40, and that's about it.
Yep, I agree.
And I've got Katie's revenge against the Thunder in another 7-game series. I think this will be a great series. I do not want to see the Thunder go back-to-back. I do not want to see the Thunder go to the conference finals. I hate the Thunder.
Why do you hate the Thunder, Luke?
Sam Wilson.
All right, there we go.
And SGA. I hate SGA. He is like
This dude's a dude.
like I know a bunch of people flop. He takes it to a whole.
John Morant's a Class A flopper.
Okay, in 2 games, SGA shot 45 free throws.
Quit
If
fouling.
you took 8 people and combined that top 8 free throw shooters from last year and combined them, they hadn't eclipsed him. He shot 25 free throws in 1 game.
That's insane.
Like, that is absurd. He was 4 off the record.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
That is crazy.
So the whistle, it's like the Mahomes like flag thing. The whistle's insane. He's the top of your product outside of LeBron and all that, but he's the top of your product, so they're going to give him the extra whistle. But I got the Rockets in 7. I got the Warriors in 6.
In 6?
Yes, I think the Grizzlies can actually win games at home, so that is the only reason I'm giving them 6.
Okay.
But they can win games at home. So I got the Warriors in 6. I think Curry has owned us, and I think it happens again. And of course, John Morant will say something stupid to Kendrick Perkins, and that'll start a whole thing. But I think no guns this year, so we're doing
Good.
better.
We'll see.
I got the Cavs in 5. I think this Cavs team is very good. I don't think they're good enough to go to the finals, obviously, but I think they are very good. Donovan Mitchell is a playoff demon, and
Yes,
he
he
will
is.
probably average 35 plus. And then I've got the Pistons in 6. I like the toughness and grittiness. I think they get revenge from last year where they lost to them. I know the Knicks have Cat, OG, Brunson, but Duran can own Cat in the paint. And if Cat just has a struggling night, I mean, if Brunson and Cat don't play well, which happens a decent amount, the Knicks are kind of screwed. And that happened, I think, in their semifinal or whatever their last round was. That happened last year. Is
Yep.
they struggled and they didn't win games. So then I got them. I got the Rockets in 6. I think they'll end up beating the Warriors. KD, it's his revenge tour. I think he could potentially retire after this year. He is also up there. I don't think he's going to play for as long as LeBron, even though they both played forever. I don't think
Yeah.
he's going to go like well into his 40s or whatever. But I think this will be the KD final hoorah. He might retire. He might retire next year, but it'll be one of his last years. I got them in 6. It's the revenge tour. And I got the Pistons in 7. I think Donovan Mitchell will ultimately have one bad game in this series that will end up turning the tide of the whole thing. I think just the gritty and toughness of the Pistons will end up getting them over this hump and getting back to the finals for the first time, I think, since 04,
Yep.
possibly. And then we got Rockets, Pistons. I'm going to go Rockets in 6. I think the Rockets, in my opinion, they might not have the best regular season because as we see from the NBA in the past, the guys with necessarily the best regular season don't always win the finals. I think last year was one of the first times in the last few years where the number 1 seed actually won the finals. And I think the Rockets, they have a decent path, according to my little graphic. So I like the Rockets.
There you go. Hot night, as always, on our weekday episode. My hot is the Oilers. I was up late last night. Shouldn't have been. Got to work, but knew it was probably going to get called off for the rain today. So I'm watching my oil play, and it looked like the Oilers. Like we hadn't looked like the Oilers yet, and we looked like the Oilers last night. 5 goals in the second period. If you're not familiar with hockey, that's autistic levels of offense. Like McDavid scores twice, Draisaitl scored. I mean, like I was literally having like a sports gasm in my couch. Like I was just Oilers. But anyway, hot, absolutely the Oilers. So glad to see him back in Oiler, shape. Not. This weather blows. It was like 44 and raining with like 15-mile-per-hour winds today. I had to work outside and then I had to coach outside. So my night is absolutely this absolute dog crap weather. Thank God it's getting better tomorrow for a
My
game.
collar blue and my neck is red.
So I saw a TikTok to the like a golf thing and I was like, yeah. So Luke, what's your hot knot?
Hot as Reese Davis. Reese Davis, I've
Love
seen
this.
from the past because he said the thing about Memphis USF. Obviously, Memphis ended up losing, but I think he advocates for the group of 5 out of everybody on that board and some of the other things. I think it's Henderson State plays Ouachita Baptist. They are within walking distance. Are you looking up the
No.
distance? No.
It's 0.6 miles or something like that.
Okay. So I think it's the county line is what divides them. If I'm kind of remembering because I reached out to coaches. I think I went to a camp there, but I think it's the county line. That would be electric to go to a D2. I think that would be awesome. The drive might be worth it potentially, depending on what other games would.
I agree. That may be an electric college game day.
I mean, I because people would show up. It's not
100%.
Would show up. People would show, and you got to think, you're kicking field goals. These kids' lives would be changed. It's like, fuck nowhere of Arkansas going to watch. And Ouachita's a good program. They've been a good program
they have.
for a long time.
Henderson State band bad either.
No, yeah. So I think it'd be a great thing. And that's why Reese Davis is my hot. Now my not.
I got to hear about this.
House. So on Sundays, I'm talking to this girl. I miss the podcast because
You did.
I know it's hard. I have school, I have work, and I have to somehow manage this. So it's tough out here. I know. But anyways, so we're supposed to go with her friends. And so we're eating Taco Bell before, which electric. I got a crunch wrap. So don't question the method. So we go. We're waiting on our friends. We're waiting to go. Like we're just talking or whatever, hanging out. They haven't called us. They end up not going. They ghosted us. So then we look, and they told us they closed at 12, closed at 10. It was 9 o'clock. So we did not end up going. They hoed us. They canceled on us. She was pissed. She was like really pissed. And yeah, I was like, damn, I missed the podcast for no reason because of women. So yeah,
That's my first time hearing this.
I know.
Disappointed. That's all right though. Stuff happens.
But oh man, I was livid.
Yeah, I understand. Very, very, very much understand that.
So yeah.
Well, that concludes our Wednesday episode of Swiss Summer Sports. Hope you enjoyed listening. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. If you just look up Swiss Summer Sports, we have a pretty unique name, so you'll find it. This has been Will Spain and Luke Wallman. Until Sunday.